In a moment that has taken the fashion and entertainment industries by storm, Paris Match has once again placed the spotlight on BTS's Jin, calling his recent Milan Fashion Week appearance princely, elegant, and sexy. The French magazine went further, suggesting that Jin's allure not only set him apart from fellow attendees, but also outshone the presence of some of Hollywood's most established figures. Jin, who officially became Gucci's global ambassador in 2024 after completing his military service, continues to redefine what it means to be a modern fashion icon. At the Gucci presentation in Milan, the 32-year-old superstar arrived in a crisp ensemble of tailored black trousers, a partially open white shirt, and a long statement necklace, creating a look that instantly captured international attention. According to Paris Match, Jin embodied the perfect blend of class and subtle sensuality, an aura many media outlets claim even Hollywood celebrities could not rival on the same carpet. The publication described his outfit as a much-discussed look, sparking heated commentary across European and American press. While Hollywood's top stars, including Oscar-winning actors and global models, graced the event, Jin's appearance dominated headlines, proving his ability to eclipse even the most seasoned names in the industry. The magazine emphasized that his charm was not confined to visuals alone. It was the combination of his global star power, humility, and natural charisma that made him stand out in a sea of high-profile celebrities. Fans in Milan echoed this sentiment. Crowds outside Palazzo Mezzanotte, where Gucci debuted its short film The Tiger, screamed Jin's name long before the event began, creating scenes reminiscent of red carpet hysteria usually reserved for Hollywood's elite. Social media quickly amplified the frenzy, with hashtags such as #PrinceJin and #JinxGucciSS26 trending globally within hours. Many posts compared his visual dominance to the likes of international actors and fashion icons, with some fans even declaring, "Hollywood has its stars, but Milan crowned Jin tonight." This moment underscores the seismic shift in global pop culture, where K-pop idols like Jin are no longer seen merely as music performers, but as cultural leaders influencing industries far beyond their origin. As Paris Match highlighted, Jin represents a bridge between East and West, redefining the boundaries of global celebrity. His ability to generate more buzz than established Hollywood figures serves as proof of K-pop's growing power on the international stage. Industry insiders also weighed in, with European fashion critics noting that Jin's impact at Milan Fashion Week was more than just a well-curated look. It was a statement. "He's not just wearing Gucci, he's embodying Gucci," one critic remarked. "The aura he brings cannot be manufactured, and that's what makes him incomparable, even to Hollywood's most famous." As Milan Fashion Week continues, all eyes remain firmly on Jin. Whether on stage, in music, or now at the forefront of luxury fashion, he is setting new benchmarks of influence. And with Paris Match openly suggesting that his presence eclipses Hollywood heavyweights, the message is clear. Jin is no longer just competing in the world of entertainment. He is redefining it. The lights of Milan Fashion Week glimmered brighter than ever, but no one could have predicted that the night would belong to Jin, BTS's eldest member, who made a grand entrance at the Gucci presentation. It wasn't just a fashion statement. It wasn't just another red carpet appearance. This was a cultural moment that sent shockwaves across Europe, America, and Asia, uniting the global media in one consensus. Jin stood above the rest. The French publication Paris Match set the tone of the evening by describing Jin's aura as princely, elegant, and sexy, calling his look a much-discussed outfit that quickly became the focal point of the event. Wearing black tailored trousers paired with an open white shirt that subtly revealed his neckline, Jin's understated sophistication captured the exact balance between timeless grace and modern sensuality. The long statement necklace draped across his chest became more than an accessory. It became a symbol of how Jin can turn even the simplest details into cultural headlines. But what elevated this moment beyond fashion was the reaction it sparked among global media outlets. American and European publications alike compared Jin's presence to Hollywood royalty, openly stating that his visuals and charisma surpassed some of the biggest international celebrities in attendance. This was not an exaggeration, but a measured observation. While Hollywood's finest arrived with grandeur, Jin's entrance was the one that ignited pandemonium among fans and drew the most relentless flashes from cameras. The words, "outshining Hollywood," trended across platforms, with commentators praising how a K-pop artist had rewritten the rules of global stardom on one of fashion's most prestigious stages. Outside Palazzo Mezzanotte, where Gucci premiered The Tiger, the atmosphere was nothing short of historic. Fans lined the streets for hours, waving banners, chanting his name and documenting every second of his arrival. When Jin finally appeared, the scene transformed into an eruption of cheers and screams that echoed through the cobbled streets of Milan. Even veteran journalists noted that the frenzy surrounding Jin rivaled the kind of reception once reserved only for the likes of Leonardo DiCaprio or George Clooney during their peak film premieres. One Italian reporter summed it up succinctly: "Hollywood had its golden age, but tonight Milan crowned a new prince." This wasn't merely about Jin's visual appeal. It was about the timing and significance of his appearance. Appointed Gucci's global ambassador in August 2024, Jin has strategically positioned himself as not just a face of luxury fashion, but as a cultural bridge between East and West. His involvement in The Tiger, a short film directed by Spike Jonze and Helena Rain, underscored Gucci's attempt to rebrand itself as a house that doesn't just sell luxury, but tells cultural stories. By placing Jin at the forefront of this vision, Gucci acknowledged the undeniable truth: K-pop's influence has transcended music and entered the very DNA of global fashion. For critics, Jin's appearance was not just a promotional opportunity, it was a seismic moment for the fashion world. European critics highlighted how Jin redefined Gucci's brand identity by embodying values that resonate with younger generations: authenticity, accessibility, and charisma. American outlets, meanwhile, marveled at how a Korean artist could command such dominance in Milan, one of fashion's most competitive arenas. In both cases, the verdict was unanimous. Jin's presence had tipped the scales, making him the most talked-about figure of the week. Fans were quick to reinforce this verdict, turning social media into a gallery of praise and adoration. Hashtags like #PrinceJin, #GucciWithJin, and #JinxMilan trended across X, Instagram, and TikTok. Clips of Jin walking into the venue circulated millions of times, often accompanied by captions declaring him the true main character of Milan Fashion Week. Even fans unfamiliar with BTS or K-pop admitted to being drawn to Jin's effortless aura, with one viral post from an Italian fashion blogger declaring, "I came for Gucci. I stayed for Jin." Behind the scenes, industry insiders revealed that Gucci's gamble on Jin was more than justified. After reporting a 26% dip in revenues in 2024, the luxury house sought a cultural figure who could breathe new life into its campaigns. In Jin, Gucci found the perfect ambassador, not just for Asia, but for the world. His appointment came at a time when K-pop idols were beginning to dominate global fashion weeks, but his Milan appearance solidified him as the crown jewel of this trend. Hollywood insiders also took notice. Some observers pointed out how Jin's dominance in Milan signals a shift in global celebrity hierarchies. For decades, Hollywood dictated what glamour looked like. One American critic observed, "Tonight, Jin proved that the center of gravity has shifted. Glamour now has a new face, and it is undeniably his." As the event wrapped up and guests departed, the conversations continued to revolve around one name. Not the Oscar-winning actors, not the directors, not even Gucci's creative team, but Jin. His face dominated magazine covers and fashion blogs overnight, while television broadcasts in Europe replayed his appearance as though it were a headlining news event. It was clear Jin was no longer just part of the conversation. He was the conversation. Looking ahead, this moment will likely be remembered as a defining chapter in Jin's career, a night when a K-pop idol from Seoul walked into Milan and outshone the brightest stars of Hollywood. For Gucci, it was the ultimate validation of their partnership. For the media, it was proof that cultural influence has evolved. And for ARMY, it was yet another reminder that their idol is not just making history, he is rewriting it. The aftermath of Jin's Milan appearance grew even louder when international celebrities began reacting to the frenzy surrounding him. At the Gucci premiere of The Tiger, Hollywood icons like Demi Moore and Edward Norton, who starred in the short film, walked the same carpet. Yet, to the astonishment of many observers, the spotlight quickly shifted away from them and settled firmly on Jin. European tabloids pointed out that while Moore's elegance and Norton's gravitas were acknowledged, the majority of media coverage, camera flashes, and online chatter revolved almost exclusively around BTS's eldest member. French fashion analysts described the atmosphere as unprecedented.